Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Metal Gear University.
I'm T.
And I'm Kay. And we are reporting live from the Arctic tundra that is known as New York City.
We got hit again. A second snowstorm has hit the town. I'm sorry. Is that too soon? It's been 25 years.
We're from New York. We can talk whatever.
Well, it's about 2 feet, at least reporting. I don't know.
By the time you hear this, I am gone. You had to go out and get me allergy pills because if you don't know this by now, I must have said in the previous episode, I am literally allergic to the cold. A cold breeze, cold water from a faucet can end me.
Hideo Kojima wrote Kay as a character in a game.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my name would be in Death Stranding. This is like my stand.
Would it be Coldman?
Hot Coldman. Maybe I'm Hot Coldman.
Maybe you are Hot Coldman.
But if you're listening to this and you're also from New York, hope you're staying safe. You're able to stay indoors. Hope you're chilling. Because, if you are on the West Coast or anywhere else, just fuck you guys. Because this doesn't apply to you.
Yeah. Or, I guess Massachusetts got hit hard.
Yeah.
Or Boston.
Boston. Who cares about Boston?
Yeah, who cares? That's not a real city.
Who cares about Boston? New York is where it's at. We got Sliwa. We got Mamdani.
That's true.
I got New York Pride right now. Sorry.
Although there's some cool people in Boston.
Yeah, there's some cool people in Boston. Actually, they really. We're going to Boston in a few weeks anyway.
Kind of nice there.
Anyway, guys, welcome back to another episode. So nice to be back, to see you, and of course, we come here with fantastic news. What a blessing! Everyone probably saw the announcement from the Sony State of Play.
Yeah, Sony
right?
State of Play. Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid Volume 2 is coming out. We will all be blessed with a port of Metal Gear Solid 4.
I never thought I'd see the day.
Isn't that wild?
That game has been stuck on the PlayStation 3 since like 2009, I think.
I was doing research for this episode, and there was a video talking about the topic of today, which is nanomachines. And then the description for the video, it was like, I mean, if you want to spend all your money on an expensive ass PS3 to play this game, by all means, but like, you can just watch it was like a synopsis of like Metal Gear Solid 4. They're like, you can just watch this. You're not gonna have the money for a PS3, but now you don't need it.
You don't need it, guys. It's okay. And also we're getting Peace Walker, which is also a phenomenal game in the series. For me, speaking candidly, Peace Walker is more of like a fun portable game with like some interesting like bosses in terms of like fighting them, but it has like next to none in terms of like actual like story themed bosses.
Oh yeah, no, I like the story though.
No, the story's good.
Yeah, but story themed bosses, yeah, I agree.
Like each Metal Gear has like the unit that you fight, right? Peace Walker is literally just like mechas that are like fight tank.
And my baby boy.
That's the premiere of Kaz.
So you have to play it just, in honor of me and Kaz. What a fantastic little character. Oh, I can't wait to start talking about him in this. I'm definitely not going to be biased. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. No biases here.
We're also getting Ghost Babel, no?
Yes, we're getting Ghost Babel as well.
It's weird because I guess maybe Metal Gear Solid 4 is just a large game, but we're only getting 3 games in this collection. I feel like the first one, they like blew their load, so to speak. Right? It was like 5 games in the first one.
It was 1, 2, and 3. Then
Metal
Gear 2, which in all fairness to that those were games that were packaged in the 3 subsistence, so that was already like in the package, so to speak.
Okay.
Then they did port over Snake's Revenge, which was kind of cool.
So in my eyes, I'm like, why not throw in poops? Why not throw in acid?
I'm honestly like a little surprised they didn't include portable ops. I was expecting that, but maybe. I mean,
do you think a 3 is coming? A volume 3?
Maybe, but like at this point, I don't know what you could put in a volume 3. Like it would have to be portable ops and the acid games. Other than that, like what would
Ground Zeroes?
Like Ground Zeroes and 5, but like those games are already like playable in their current forms anywhere and everywhere. If there would be like 5 in a master collection, they'd have to like a retexture or like
I think it makes sense though to have a volume 3 with that because then you buy 1, 2, and 3 and you have the whole collection. Like you have all the games in the series.
Yeah, and if it's called the Master Collection,
It would be
it'd have to be all of them, no?
so probably I think you're right. 3 might just be maybe like a reskinning, retexturing of 5 and Ground Zeroes.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to go nutty mode with it, maybe they could release that. What was it? The Mission 51 or whatever that was.
Oh, yeah. So like with Metal Gear Solid 5, a lot of people say it's unfinished, that things were cut. So
Yeah, and a lot of people point to Mission 51 as one of the things that was cut. So maybe I don't know, include that because like there was um there was like that cutscene that was like more or less done. They said it was like 30% done or whatever, and then you have like fighting on like a jungle island. And you fight the Sahelanthropus again. It maybe.
I think it makes more sense to just kind of like you said, have the whole collection all together in these 3 physical copies.
Hmm.
Whether they add that, cool. I don't.
Yeah, I personally, I like that's not really like a thing for me. I'm just thinking like other than acid and portable ops.
What else could you put on?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but I guess we'll see if they do a 3. We'll see.
I just it seems like a 3 would make sense. I have a volume 1 and 2. I don't know, for some reason if I hear that, I always assume there'd be one more.
Like a trilogy.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, we'll see. How long could it take between the volumes? Only a year, no?
Like a year and a half, I'd say. We started the podcast when the first Master Collection was announced.
So we are almost at this year will be our second year or
I think our third.
our
Is it our third?
year?
Oh, I forget.
So this October is going to be our third year of doing this podcast.
That's crazy.
It doesn't
It
feel that long.
it really hasn't, and It's kind of funny that we're able to talk about this fucking game for so long. You'd think we'd run out of steam by now.
I mean, how long were we doing Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yeah, but that was only 6 months,
Yeah.
and we've been at this for almost 3 years already.
Gee, I mean, I hope you guys are fine with this because you're stuck with us for a minute. This has been fun. I've been enjoying it. It's gonna be cool too to see what else they do with the series. Like I was saying in other episodes, you know that this is the testing grounds for like they're like trying to fish for interest in the series, see if the old fans are still alive,
Hmm.
and then also see what new fans they can bring in. You do all these remakes, the ports, cool. Then
You do
they,
6.
yeah, you can start doing new stuff.
Mm.
Which I think that's the next step.
No, you have to move eventually. You can only do remakes and remasters for so long. Like you got to make a new entry, and I know that that's really scary, but like,
Well, yeah, this is the safe route. You bank on nostalgia. You got everybody hyped for this dying quote unquote franchise, which it never felt dying to me.
mhm.
It really this community it always felt. I felt like Metal Gear was just part of like the pop culture like lexicon or whatever, and it really isn't.
Uh-huh.
But like my feed and everybody I talk to, it feels alive.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very passionate fan base, and if you're in the fan base, it's very much its own thing.
So I guess now it officially is back. People are, we have friends who are playing it for the first time. So I think maybe come next year, or I honestly next year I can imagine they'll announce like a new game is coming out for
Mhm.
Metal Gear, which I don't even know where they would go.
I don't
Like,
know.
would they even use Snake? I mean, they have David Hayter. They've been working with him, so
I don't know. I like if they use. I mean, I think I even said this last episode. If they do like a game that's in the timeline that is already established, you could work between Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 with like Snake and Otacon doing philanthropy
yeah.
stuff. You could also do the boss World War II. That's a very popular one that fans want. I don't like it per se cuz like I like the idea of like the boss being like a legend, and if you have a game that's like you play as her, it kind of takes away from the legend.
You think so? Oh, because like it's like almost mythical.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or ooh, what if you play as a character outside of the boss and then you get to witness her doing crazy shit? I don't know. Maybe that. Maybe maybe you play as like Major Zero, and then like you're
Mm.
fighting for your life, and then all of a sudden like this woman comes in, she crashes through the window, does the most cool fucking thing you've ever seen, and you're like, oh my god, it's Jason Bourne. You know what I mean? Like,
I am thinking it'd have to be someone other than Snake be a main character. Kind of similar to how Revengeance was so popular and that whole Raiden storyline was so cool. I do think they need to not play it safe and do somebody else.
yeah, yeah.
But who's to I do think we're gonna get an announcement soon that you can only do master collections for so long. You can only you can
There's
curry favor for only so long.
there's only so many deltas you can make too.
Oh, you know what though? Now that you say that, they might be like, we're remaking Metal Gear.
Oh, I fully expect something like
But
that.
they should do what Silent Hill is doing. You have A team and B team, not saying that there's a certain level to them, but like A team's doing Silent Hill F, and then B team is doing
Like the remake
the
of
remake.
Silent Hill 2.
So they should have a situation like that. Maybe they do.
Maybe they do. Maybe they're cooking with something, and we just don't know yet.
But I mean, you can only bank on, like you said, nostalgia for so long,
Mm-hmm.
and then people are just gonna get bored. But on that note, and to pivot a little bit, speaking of remakes and nostalgia, everybody, we'd like you to, whatever you're drinking, pour a little bit out, open a can. Salute to Blue Point Games. They are known for making the Metal Gear HD collection. They did the Ico and the Shadow of the Colossus remake or remaster.
I believe it was a remaster, and they also did a full fledged remake of Demon Souls, which was very well received.
They are being basically eliminated by Sony. They were acquired by them and now just being dissolved.
Just classic corporate nonsense, which is a shame, man. It's a real shame.
And I would love to be proven wrong, but that's jobs lost.
Yeah,
You dissolve a company, that doesn't mean you're. It's not like there was language of absorbing them. Oh, we're gonna absorb them into Sony. It was like no, we're shutting down Blue Point,
mm-hmm.
which is like I mean it's really a shame, especially when you have a company who their remasters were never terribly received. I think the HD collection for Metal Gear, I did hear you had some criticism for that. I remember that.
Because like there was some features that were lost, but I mean, for me, I'm speaking for myself. I thought that the HD collection was a great addition. I thought I don't know. I had no complaints, even though that there was a thing or two missing. I thought that the core experience of the game was preserved, so I thought it was well enough.
Poor one now. It's like every day you hear about another company dissolving. You hear about, like you said, these big mega corporations just kind of like, there's massive profits, yet people are being laid off, losing their
Yeah,
jobs.
yeah. It's always very funny how you see these multi-billion-dollar companies that rake in profits. Not even just like breaking even. They make
Profits.
profits every single year, year in and year out. And yet somehow, some way, these companies aren't performing up to par, and then they get dissolved. And like, don't you ever wonder why that is? I mean, I wonder why sometimes. I think it's very very weird.
I think since we've have this computer that we've built and us having access to Steam and all these indie games, I am more in the camp of playing indie games nowadays than these big blockbusters.
Hmm.
Because I feel like at least with the indie games, and we met this one developer. Oh my god! So we met this guy at MGS Con 3. His name is on Blue Sky. It's Art hyphen Mino Mino on Blue Sky, and they worked on I know the Bloodborne like. It was like a remaster. It was like a decent like a
Yeah, they did. It was like Bloodborne, but on PlayStation.
Yeah, and then they did the Bloodborne like Nightmare Cart game. So this person's working on this game called Rebel Wing, and they had like a short demo available at MGS Con.
Yeah,
And they first off, sweet, like they were amazing.
yeah, they were a really cool person, and we had the privilege of playing this demo and talking to him as we were playing it. And he shared that he wanted to have a game where it wasn't like combat focused, and it was focused on disguises and trying to sneak into places where you don't belong. And It was such like a cool concept, and it was modeled after like Mega Man Legends 2, like in
That was
terms of
your
like the art style. And it like I love Mega Man Legends 2. That's one of my favorite games ever. And to see all the hard work that they put into this thing, it was like really really cool to experience. And they just seemed like a really cool person too.
and like I think to like what I was trying to say earlier, it's that this one person, when we were talking to them, they were like, "This is really a passion project. There's no money right now I'm making from it. I'm trying to do it in my free time, but I'm making this because I want to, and like I love it." And I think that's kind of where I'm at with like gaming now. I think it's I want. There was like this Blue Sky post. It's like I want um like shittier games made by a smaller team, and I need that. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I want not this. I'm not saying this is shitty. I want a smaller game made by a smaller team, and that they put their all into it.
Yeah. I think another gaming journalist type, they said that we're really lacking in the idea of like the mid-budget game. Like
Mm.
you have like your triple A's, right? Like your God of
Resident
Wars,
Evils.
all those. But like for every one of those, there used to be 5 or 6 games that had like half the budget. Like what was that game? God Hand. Remember God Hand?
No. What's God Hand?
I forget the developer, but it was like this. It was like this cult classic, and like it was like this beat 'em up, and it was like this bizarre game, but it was like fun. I think it was a Pseudo 51 game. I
Oh,
think it was Pseudo 51.
let's see. I heard that new
Clover
Clover
Studio.
Studio. I heard that new game. Romeo Must Die.
Uh huh.
Is that his name? Romeo Must Die. I think so. I don't think it's Suda 51. No, I don't think so.
Well, in any case, God Hand was like this really interesting mid-budget game that would not have seen the light of day if it was like pitched today.
Oh, and the game's called Romeo's a Dead Man. I'm thinking about the movie,
Oh, okay.
but Romeo's a Dead Man. You know, and I think it's the same with movies too. Like a lot of movies nowadays, you don't even fucking TV shows. There's
Mm-hmm.
no mid-budget like 20-episode TV shows anymore. You have a pluribus, which is like 6 episodes, and then they tell you, okay, we'll see you in 2 years.
It used to never be like that either. Like the high quality TV used to be 10 episodes yearly.
Mm-hmm.
That was Game of Thrones. I'm
What?
old.
I'm
I'm old enough to
shocked.
remember that was Game of Thrones. And
Every
now
year.
we've somehow been suckered into an era where like we watch 8 episodes of TV and then we got to wait 2 years for another 8 episodes and it kills the entire momentum of the show.
If you're listening to this, if you're trying to create stuff, create it so I can look at it and watch it and release consistently.
Please. Like I want people to like have rest and I want people to like like go home and see their families. No,
You know, the bare minimum.
no, the bare minimum. But like at the same time, I feel like there was a structure in place that allowed that, and you know what it is? I think everybody wants to be Game of Thrones, and everybody wants to be prestige television, and then like shows like Abbott Elementary, and that used to be the common thing.
Mm-hmm.
Abbott Elementary or like The Office or like sitcoms. Like I know we meme out the guy, but the King of Queens,
Yeah.
that dude, that used to be TV, and that's why it used to be 20 episodes, and now it all has to be like this like cinematic masterpiece every single time, and it really doesn't have to be.
Just make, yeah. And I think that's the shit. And I fall into that trap where it's like you make something or want to create and you feel like it has to be perfect or it has to be exactly what you see in your mind. And I think that stops you from releasing things at all. I
Mhm.
mean, that's me right now writing for like YouTube. I look and I'm like, I haven't released stuff there. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we've both been very busy.
I know. I think though, like if you like something and you want something, like you make the time, you find the time. And so, but anyway, this long story. Pour one out for your boys, your girls, your they thems at Blue Point. R.I.P. Hope you guys get jobs ASAP.
You
and
deserve it.
and you get to do things that you want to do and get paid well for it. I hate these big conglomerates. It's a real shame, and hopefully people keep gotta keep our foot on their necks.
Mm-hmm.
Speak out on this. So, R.I.P. Blue Point. You did good, kid. But T, after that, you want to go into the episode? We got quite an episode for today.
I would love to.
As always, There's a pop quiz though. You ready for that?
Oh, okay.
You
I forgot.
We were so into the discussion.
Yeah.
There is a pop quiz. You ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Let's dive in. So T,
Yes, Kay.
today I have 3 pop quiz questions for you.
Hit me.
They are all related to today's topic, which is nanomachines.
Cool.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Pop quiz question number 1. What character in this series excitedly exclaims, "Nanomachines, son"?
That would be Senator Armstrong.
The one and only. You are correct.
I love him.
I was listening to well, I was watching a cutscene of that because I was doing research and I saw that, and I forgot the moment where he like bulks up and you're punching him and it's like,
Mhm.
"Here I stand." Was that the song? I think.
Yeah.
Pop quiz question number 2. What was the first mention of nanomachines in the series?
Oh God.
Take your time. All you listening, I know you're taking your time thinking.
Yeah. Okay. They were introduced in MGS1. I'm going with my gut. I'm guessing Naomi.
Yeah, but Metal Gear Solid, yeah, you are correct. Like,
Okay.
when was the first mention? It was.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to know who first mentioned
Well,
nanomachines.
both are correct. You are correct.
Hell yeah! Look at me go.
In Metal Gear Solid, Dr. Naomi Hunter injects Solid Snake with nanomachines to make him a much more competent soldier for his mission.
Yeah, and that's all she injected him with.
And there was nothing
that was
else.
It.
Nothing else in that. She's a great character.
Yeah.
She's beloved in the series.
Mm.
Question and final one. Wait, question? No, question number 3.
Okay.
Name one character in this series who never used or was injected by nanomachines.
Sunny? I think Sunny.
You are correct. I don't think we've been given any information that she has. Like, I'm thinking if anything, it was when she was a baby, but
like, why? I don't know. And it's never said if she has or she hasn't. So I'm going with she probably has none in her.
correct.
Yeah.
I would have also accepted Johnny.
Oh yeah, Johnny's a good one.
I would have accepted, I think, Otacon, right?
Yeah, I don't think Otacon has nanos.
So you are correct.
Nice, thank you.
You got 3 out of 3, 100%. T.
Cool.
T. This episode's gonna be a doozy. Are you ready?
Oh no, I'm very ready for this.
I am by no means an expert, but I did some research. I'm gonna do my best. Let's talk about nanomachines.
Okay.
On to the episode.
Now, before we begin, I just want to clarify to the listeners. I wasn't briefed on anything ahead of time. I know nothing about the research that Kay did because I want to be hit the same way you guys are about to be.
I think it'll be cool because you'll ask questions that are probably what everyone else is thinking.
Yes.
Will I have an answer? Who's to know?
That's where it's going to be fun.
I am no scientist. I am no expert. My field could not be much more removed from this topic.
You're not a scientist?
One would think.
I thought you were.
I mean, with Metal Gear University, you think I'd be an expert in this and nanomachines, but I'm not. Surprise!
I feel like I'm living with a fraud.
Let's see. Today's topic is nanomachines, and this was kind of like my baby episode because I had shared with you that I really wanted to talk about like where exactly nanomachines are in current society and compare them to what we see in Metal Gear. Because, like, you see them in the game, nanomachines are, they go crazy.
Mm.
They're a big explanation for a lot of the shit we see in this game. Have you ever thought to yourself, are nanomachines real?
I always assumed that they were like real in like an experimental stage. Like they're real in like theory, so to speak. But it always kind of just stopped there.
Do you know anything about nanomachines or what they're capable of nowadays?
No.
What do you think they're capable of?
Okay, my guess, maybe they're capable of. God, God, I have no idea.
We're gonna learn today, guys.
Okay,
We're
let's
gonna
do
learn
it.
today. To this, to start, Nanomachines and the Metal Gear Solid series. They've been mentioned quite a bit. I mean, in the pop quiz, you shared that they were first introduced in Metal Gear Solid 1.
And they have not shut up about them since.
In the first game, they were very much this kind of like, and I would think of them like an invasive species, right? Because even in Metal Gear Solid 1, they prevented you from using weapons.
Yeah.
So back then, even like in the first game, Snake was unable to pull the trigger in a certain.
Which is insane. Like, how did the nanomachines do that?
You see, so we had, we had that situation. We had nanomachines that were able to prevent intoxication. They
Mm.
were inducing, they were releasing or suppressing certain chemicals in your body. You think about Metal Gear Solid 4, and it was to a point where Johnny was getting his little poopies, smoopies,
Uh-huh.
and they were like, "Why do you have a stomach ache? Like you're not supposed to have a stomach ache with the nanomachines in you."
Hmm.
Were you gonna say something?
Oh no, I was also thinking how you see Meryl's emotions be actively suppressed when she gets upset.
Mm-hmm. So like I would say in the first game, I mean, not being able to pull the trigger is very intense. Think about this little, basically, robot in you being able to control you at the will of, the robot itself or someone else.
Hmm.
It was able to control a lot of your own autonomy. And I think in this series, it was also a way of kind of like, it felt like this game's version of magic.
Yeah.
It explained away a lot of things.
Yeah. Even things that didn't need to be explained away, but they explained it.
Like in the first game it was as a way of like creating a super soldier. It was a way of this is why someone's powerful, this is why someone is the best at what they do. And in 4 it was like he's a vampire, they can't get hit by bullets, I'm gonna make you laugh until you cry. It was just this all powerful.
And then you get to Revengeance, and then it's like, I have this crazy skin armor.
It reacts to physical trauma and it gets like just
Yeah.
it's honestly to me I think instead of magic in this game it's the nanomachines.
Hmm.
Nanomachine Sun is like the perfect explanation just for anything in this series. um and so in this game the nanomachines themselves are all powerful. I mean, part of I guess the main storyline in 4 was getting control of the nanomachines from Ocelot.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, that was part and parcel of what they were trying to get control over. Yeah.
Because with him in control of the SOP system, he was invincible.
Hmm.
So like there were really no way to control nanomachines. Like there were really I think only two ways. You either had other nanomachines to kill the nanomachines. Like you had that was one way,
Yeah.
or the kill switch was which was shutting down.
Everything.
You know,
Yeah.
like at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
So nanomachines just seem like once you're injected with them, you're kind of fucked at someone's mercy until.
Like your body isn't your own anymore.
And to think about that, you have these microscopic little machines able to influence you and control you at any point, at any time.
And then if you think about it, it's kind of funny that like Kojima didn't run with this, because this is actually kind of an interesting thing. If the nanomachines can prevent you from pulling the trigger to your gun, who's to say that like nanomachines can't like puppeteer your body and make you do things that you don't want to do?
It could have been a moment where Snake is fighting his own, his.
Oh my god, there could have been a moment in the game where like Snake narratively is saying like, I don't want to do this, but you the player are making him.
Oh,
And you know what I mean? And like Snake is like along for the ride, and he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And Naomi's like, okay, we're just switching your nanomachines over to control mode. And then that's like, quote unquote, the player controlling Snake from then on out.
I think that'd be sick. That would be sick. We kind of see that with Ocelot and Old Snake in the moment where I forgot what country they were in, but when he made all the soldiers like have a seizure.
Yeah.
And Snake was fighting that. Remember, he was physically trying to like.
Yeah, there was something like that, but like it to the extreme where like
Yeah, we're controlling. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no,
That would have been kind of cool.
that is kind of cool, and I think that's to your point. Like nanomachines, they're super powerful. It's not a matter of willpower. This is something in your bloodstream controlling you,
Mhm.
and that I mean that's pretty intense if you think about it. Like how do the nanomachines know? Like what are they doing in you to like control? Like they're suppressing emotion. They're suppressing stomach aches. They're also stopping you from flicking your finger to pull the trigger. Like it's affecting a lot of different things.
That's true.
Very invincible. Nanomachines are surprisingly enough, they're a trope in like media, and they're very big in science fiction. In researching this, I was actually shocked at like how many other places kind of use nanomachines as kind of like a plot device.
Okay.
And so, for example, I didn't even remember this, but there were nanomachines in G Gundam,
When?
and I mean, might I say, the best Gundam series. But in G Gundam, there were, I believe they were called like the Devil. It was like the Devil Gene or something. Maybe confusing that with Tekken. But like they were like these little small little robots that kind of took over you and kind of made like took over and controlled you when using the Gundam. You don't remember
Wait, is that like the suit that they wear, like
that?
the skin tight suit that they showed off his butt?
Mm. In G Gundam, if you look it up, there was the Devil Gundam, and the Devil Gundam used nanomachines that were corrupted, and
Uh-huh.
it kind of was going off the deep end and making weapons and kind of replicating itself. So like Gundam itself used nanomachines. So you had these big mechs, and then you had these small little nanomachines controlling the big mechs. Very interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Very interesting. But Gundam had nanomachine.
Uh-huh.
JoJo had a stand user who technically used nanomachines.
Who?
Foo Fighters.
Who fight? Oh, that was part 6, right?
Yes, with Jolene.
Oh yeah, it was
Yes.
like the self-sentient stand, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but remember, part it was I think it was not kelp or seaweed, but it was like some kind of sea organism that gained sentience.
Yeah, I
I
think it was like plankton.
Plankton, thank you. Yes, it was plankton that gained sentience and then sided with Jolene. But that stand ability, it would go into your body and control you.
Is that why? Okay, did it control the dead body of the?
Yes.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yes, it controlled well, I forgot the actual prisoner's name. But yeah, it went into her body and controlled her.
That is so crazy. I forgot about
And
that.
those were technically nanomachines.
Huh.
Mhm. I am not familiar with the series, but Doctor Who apparently has in their series they call it nanogenes or cybermites,
Hmm.
and they're it's in that game. Surprisingly, too, I didn't even realize this. Outlast. In one of the games, there's an enemy called the Wall Rider, and it's this big. Let me Google it for you real quick, T. It's this basically like it looks like a big shadow creature, and he's
What?
it's this we I love first of all I love Outlast, fantastic series. But basically those nanomachines were the embodiment of like evil and hate from all like like the prisoners. And so it kind of took on that personality and it
Interesting.
would like, fly around and I thought it was called like the Wall Rider, like it was kind of like, it was
Uh-huh.
just flying all over the place. But yeah, and
Interesting.
those were nanomachines. So like it's funny because I didn't realize just how prevalent they were, like Gundam and Outlast. I'm like nanomachines, like it's just so random to me. Like I feel like I've heard it in Metal Gear and that's it,
Mhm.
but it's a pretty common trope. And I think for Metal Gear for this series, I think it's just an easy out. And I don't want to say easy in a very like critical way, but like it's a nice explanation. Like oh, this is happening
Nanomachines does it. Yeah.
because nanomachines, you don't typically see what they're doing or how they're doing it. In Metal Gear, we don't see what the nanomachines are doing to stop Snake from pulling the trigger.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just leaves it up to your imagination. I would imagine. Like, have you ever had like a contusion before?
What's a contusion?
A
Like a
contusion?
little bump of your head?
No, a contusion is when you like bruise your joint. It happened to my elbow once.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is it fills up with like fluid and it gets to a point where you can't bend it anymore.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe the nanomachines filled up the joints in Snake's like trigger finger.
But you see, that's your explanation.
I know, but like it leaves it up to our interpretation.
But exactly, since we're not given any visual of what they do, since there's no real science that we're given, it's up to us, and like you just did, to be like, oh, I remember when this happened to me. Maybe the nanomachines did that.
Mhm.
It's just, we don't see them in action, so it's a great way to just be like, oh, you figure it out, guys.
Yeah.
Vamp with his vampirism. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it wasn't vampirism, it's nanomachines. And then you're like, it leaves us to making a podcast to talk about what does that even mean.
Yeah.
So, again, nanomachines to me, it's just another, instead of using magic, you have this robotic technology to explain away.
Awesome.
Explain away awesome things.
Awesome.
Nanomachines, as we know them, like in real life current society, basically we call them nanorobotics. So like nanomachines isn't really a term that's used in science today.
Okay.
It's a field of nanorobotics. And nanorobotics is actually a subsection of nanotechnology.
Okay.
There's a whole field of like just technology regarding.
So what's the difference between nano robotics and nanotechnology?
So I'll tell you this. So let's break it down even further, I think.
Okay.
The nano, that first part, that prefix,
Uh-huh.
it means 1/billionth. That means you're working with individual atoms and molecules at that scale.
Damn, really?
Work is done with atoms and molecules from 1 nanometer to 100 nanometers wide. So I have some comparisons for you.
Okay.
A nanometer is 1/billionth of a meter. A baseball bat is a meter.
Oh my god.
So 1/billionth of a baseball bat. Think about this. So you know how I said that nano basically means like smaller than an atom, right?
Yeah.
And nanotechnology is working with things smaller than an atom, working with molecules that are super small, right?
Yeah.
So again, it's from 1 nanometer to 100 nanometers. A human hair, T, is 60,000 to 100,000 nanometers wide.
That's
a human hair.
That's crazy.
So think about how small these engineers and scientists.
And we can make shit that small.
I will tell you exactly what we're doing with nanotechnology. I will tell you exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, so a nanometer is 1/billionth of a meter. So this is like supremely small stuff we're working with. This is, the human eye cannot capture this. We are working in between, you know what I mean? Like in between
atoms
and molecules.
That's crazy.
No, and I'm gonna break it down for you even more.
Okay.
So first, the first mention of nanotechnology, so the whole field of it, is dated back to 1959 by a physicist, Richard Feynman.
That's interesting.
Back then, he was talking about it, and he was just like, this would be kind of cool. Like, it was just a mention.
Yeah, no, I was about to think, because like back in the 50s, you couldn't even like make a calculator fit in your pocket, let alone like anything smaller than like a pocket watch. Like,
no, and that's accurate. Like, you really like think about, getting the space shuttle to the moon.
yeah.
How big the computers were. It was actually people called computers, right, back then doing stuff.
Yeah.
So back in 1959, Richard Feynman was like, wouldn't this be cool? Like, this would be a fantastic thing if we could really get science to work with molecules and atoms. So that was the first ever mention of it. The phrase nanotechnology it gained popularity from a different man called K. Eric Drexler, I believe in the 70s.
Okay.
So he was basically talking about, like, wouldn't it be cool if we can like make robots who can replicate themselves and do things in cells and blah. It was in the 50s, it was first thought of, and then in the 70s, there were people talking like, is that possible? Could we do that? Back then, still, there was no research being done. It was theories. It was people.
And I doubt that the tech was even capable of making things that small. Even in the 70s, like, how small could you make it, really?
It's funny you say that, because Drexler would actually get into debates with other scientists, and they were like, that's not even possible. Like, you're dumb. Like, why would you even mention that? That's not even anything we can do. So, like, he would get into, like, there would be actual debates at these scientific conventions,
Mhm.
calling Drexler like an idiot. Like you're bringing up stuff that's not even possible.
Yeah. I can understand like thinking like it's not possible, but to say that it's not ever going to be possible and you're an idiot for thinking so, that's kind of arrogant. Cuz like especially for people living in the 70s. Those were people that were like born before like anything. Like I'll never forget my grandmother. She was born in 1920
21.
21. Wow, you know better than me. 1921, and she passed away in 2021, I believe, or 2020. Um, and just thinking on like how much things progressed throughout her life, to think that like in 1970 you're like, yeah, we've reached peak levels of technology and it's never going to grow from here. You'd be an idiot to think that.
I would imagine you see humans reach the moon. At that point, I'm like, we can do anything.
Yeah,
We could do.
like I could understand like, hey, look, we can't do that yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like maybe sometime in the future, but like keep studying it, you know?
Yeah, no, there was a lot of contention on like I guess it's like the size of it. If it's something that's like you physically cannot see, people were like, how would we even begin doing that? Like it's just properties that we're just so unfamiliar.
Uh-huh.
I agree though. It's a very
It's very arrogant.
it's very arrogant to be so. And Drexler, there were some people who were very much like, your theories are a little far fetched.
Uh-huh.
But like you said, T, and thankfully, human society, we progress, we endure, we persevere, and people began working on it and studying it.
Mm.
And so we're at a point now where we actually know how to work with these nanometers, like within these small, minuscule, like what area, like you know what I mean? Like
I can't even imagine.
and so I think what's interesting with working within that scale, like think about like the size of the area you're working with, right?
Uh-huh.
What's interesting is that it's actually, I mean, you probably would know this or assume this. It's very technical. It's a lot of different things that you have to navigate.
Yeah, I'm even just imagining like the tools that you'd have to use to like make these nanomachines. Like what would you like what would like a like
What do you even begin, right?
what
Your brain.
do
I
you
see you.
make like a screwdriver? Like what's the size of the screw? What's the size of the screwdriver? What are we working with here?
But think about that. What kind of machinery and technology do we have to make to work with it? And then what do we have to navigate or understand about working at that scale? And here's this, which is what I found super interesting. At that scale, that size, nanometers, right? 1 billionth of a meter, you have to worry about two things: surface area and light.
Light?
So, for example, light and surface area of an atom, so the light and the surface area of an atom can fuck with its properties.
How?
At the nanoscale, gold, if you go to, if you zoom in on gold and look at the atoms, light can make it look red or purple.
Okay.
When you zoom, so light affects the way the electrons in it move, the way the atom looks.
Is it the type of light that makes it look a certain way, or is it just like the type of gold?
No, it's light itself.
Yeah, but like what I'm getting at is like what makes it red or what makes it orange or whatever you said. Like is it like fluorescent light versus non-fluorescent light? Or
You see, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure if that's something like if those specific, like to me, I think, and again, I'm no scientist, but from my understanding, like light is light.
okay.
Light is because remember, fluorescent light is like the bulb we use, and then there's like
Yeah.
sunlight. Like it's all light though.
Yeah, I'm just wondering like do you know what makes it red and what makes it the other color that you mentioned?
And I want to preface this, but again, I'm no expert. I did my research and I'm trying to make it a little bit more digestible in the way I understood it. So with light itself, you know how basically there's different wavelengths of light, right?
Yeah, like ultraviolet and yeah.
And then like so basically light hits a certain way and that's results in the colors we see.
Uh-huh.
So we see a gold brick and it's gold no matter what you do, it's that color. Right? But when you zoom in that close to the atoms of gold and you're working within that nano scale, you start working with light itself. and light is basically
That's so crazy.
like basically you're working with like I guess the simplest way of saying it is you're seeing the light hit the different wavelengths.
That's so crazy to think
So
about.
that's why if you're working with gold at the nanoscale, it doesn't it can be gold, but it can also look red, look purple.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? It's partly the reason why I'm probably wearing glasses right now. But remember back in the day when we had CRTs? Did you
Hmm.
ever walk up to the screen like really close up,
I think that's a great way.
and then like you just see that it's just like RGB, like red, green, blue, and it's just like those three colors represented in many different combinations to make the thing that you see on the screen.
And what did you do? You just got closer to see,
To see those little dots, to see the individual colors.
and your mind was not your mind, your eyes. The light was reflecting off of that to you, so you could see the individual red, the individual blue.
Yeah.
So when you get that close, your eyes reflecting the light for you to be able to see the color of the CRT as intended.
Right.
So it's just very interesting that like if you think at the nanoscale, it's so like you're seeing the specific electrons hitting like the different light wavelengths. Like you're getting to a point where like that's important to worry about.
Uh-huh.
The like light itself is a property to worry about.
It's so funny.
Separately, surface area, which I thought to me I didn't understand this. It took a while for me to really comprehend because surface area. You think about a table,
Yeah.
like the surface area is like how long the table is, the width, the height, the length, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the surface area. Atoms, of course, have a surface area. You know, it's like you
Right.
have, atoms are made of like electrons, neutrons, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they have
Yeah, they measure up to something.
they measure up to something. And what happens at this scale though is that depending on how big the surface area is, what you're working with, you're talking about how atoms are interacting with other atoms and other chemicals. Like you're working at the scale with which the individual atom is reacting with whatever
Is around it?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And so basically, think about this. If you have a big table in a room,
Mm-hmm.
is the bigger possibility of you hitting the table, right? Because it's a big table in the room.
Yeah.
So for atoms, the larger the surface area of them, the more potential for reactions because there's more space for things to hit it.
Interesting.
So when you get to that scale, that's what you have to worry about. Light, how that's affecting what's, the properties of the atom and the molecule.
Mm-hmm.
The same with the surface area. If I'm working with a molecule and trying to get it to do a certain reaction, maybe I want it bigger so I can react quicker. Maybe I want it smaller so it doesn't react as quickly.
Okay.
So these are two things that you have to worry about when you get to the nanoscale.
Interesting. Okay.
It's just something I never, I'm thinking like, I don't know, when I first thought about nanomachines, I'm just thinking about like little like Metal Gear Solid 4, these little machines going through the bloodstream and
Yeah, I didn't think that they would be that tiny. Like
yeah.
I thought that well, I mean maybe in the Metal Gear universe they're a little bigger, but in real life I didn't think that that was possible. Like
yeah, like we're working that small.
Like the smallest I thought they would be like the size of like a blood cell.
Mm-hmm.
And they're even smaller than that.
They're so small.
That's so crazy.
So if you think about like when we hear nanomachines, the way like what you just described is what I thought. Little small machines, smaller than your blood cells, swimming
Yeah,
through
they're just
and,
swimming in your veins and stuff.
and then causing reactions. And we're talking about even smaller.
Wow.
Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that amazing? And people are working with that.
That's crazy.
So, to present day, nanomachines in their current state,
Uh-huh.
compared to how they are in Metal Gear Solid, they do not exist. Nanomachines do not exist.
That's not surprising
They're
to me.
nowhere. The technology for them is nowhere close.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Sorry, guys.
I'm not surprised at all. Like I feel like we would know.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely feel like the secret would be out on that.
There's literally we are not in a spot in a space for that even to be a possibility. Nanotechnology that's done now is strictly in biology and chemistry, engineering. Like for example, engineers use nanotechnology to make computer chips.
Okay. Yeah.
biologists use nanotechnology to make COVID vaccines.
Oh yeah,
So
I didn't know
you
that.
so like there's a lot of uses for nanotechnology, but like nanomachines, nanorobotics, it's still, I would say, a theory.
Hmm.
So that is literally, sadly, what we see in Doctor Who, G Gundam, Metal Gear. We are nowhere close.
Oh.
It's a cool idea though. It's a
What
cool.
what in your opinion, what do you think would be like the most feasible realm for nanomachines to exist as of right now?
Well, something that I did want to bring up, and it's I kind of wanted to compare it to something. For example, in Metal Gear Solid, we have Fox Die, right?
Yeah.
And Fox Die is a virus.
Yes.
It's Naomi injects you with nanomachines, and then secretly the Fox Die virus, right?
Mhm.
So Fox Die is a retrovirus. So you know how viruses, basically you get sick, you catch a virus, your body gets infected, you build up antibodies,
Mhm.
and then your body remembers it, fights it off, you don't get sick again.
Right.
Fox die is what's called a retrovirus, and in my head, this is not only something that happens in real life, like it's factual. This is the closest that we can get to maybe what nanomachines, like how we see them in Metal Gear.
Okay.
Let me explain. So retroviruses, like Fox die, they use what's called RNA. So DNA, you know what DNA is, right?
Yes.
Basically, it's
I
what
feel
makes us up.
I feel like I'm in school again.
I'm trying to make it. It took me a while to digest this, so I'm trying to explain to you.
Yeah, no, please refresh me. I genuinely forget what RNA is.
So, so I have an analogy I made up. So think of the DNA as the first edition of a textbook you use in school.
Okay.
So it's a book, right? It's basically it's a standard, a book you can't change. It's printed out. It's set. This is what. Here's the information.
Yeah.
Think of RNA as edits to that textbook. The first edition, the second edition, the third edition.
Oh.
Think about RNA as edits that would lead to those new editions being made.
Okay. And I'm assuming, I mean, excuse me for jumping the gun. I'm assuming that's how evolution is possible over time. I mean, that might be outside of this conversation.
You treating me like a scientist, and I appreciate you asking me that question. I do not have the answer for
Okay,
that.
I'm just thinking out
Well,
loud.
I mean, evolution is like the survival of the better genes.
Yeah, and then like small deviations of that DNA over
But
time.
that's
You know, like
but that's not
what?
RNA.
But you said I might be misunderstanding then.
RNA is edits to that book, that DNA.
Okay.
So remember, DNA itself is a set standard thing. Your DNA is never going to change.
So
That's you.
what is RNA changing?
So basically, and this is what's so interesting about like retroviruses. So retrovirus, and what makes it different from a regular virus, is that it uses a special enzyme. An enzyme is just a protein. It's something, and this enzyme is called reverse transcriptase. And basically, what the virus does is translate its own genetic information into your own DNA.
Uh-huh.
And then it replicates that.
Huh. Okay.
So basically, it's attaching itself to your DNA and replicating that over and over. So think about like a virus when it invades you. It's a foreign
body.
and your body gets the white blood cells. It builds up the antibodies. It attacks it, and then your body's like, "Oh, that was crazy," but I'm gonna remember this for next time. With a retrovirus, it's replicating by using your own DNA.
Huh.
So in this case, basically, this is why HIV is so intense, and basically there's really no cure for it yet, because it's attached itself to your own body is creating HIV now.
Okay.
These retroviruses are able to invade your DNA and use that to change basically your own genome.
Making you like a different person on a DNA level.
Essentially.
That's so interesting.
So your DNA went from just like whoever you say, like John Doe. It was John Doe. He had his DNA. Retrovirus came in, let's say HIV, for example. And now John Doe has DNA with HIV as a part of it.
This is HIV John Doe.
Yeah, John Doe, he's HIV positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's these retroviruses, latch on to your own DNA and are able to replicate that way.
And
your body can't.
And like that's just who they are.
Exactly. So what is your body fighting? It's you.
Oh, that's so interesting.
You know? So basically, it's, your body is treating that DNA as part of its own. So then it just continues making it and making it and making it.
Because it doesn't know any better because it's its own body.
It's part of you now.
Oh, that's so okay.
Which is why Fox dye was so, interesting and scary, because that's what it did. It just became a part of your DNA. And the only way to get rid of Fox dye was injecting something else. There was no way for your body to fight it.
It was, you needed new Fox dye to kill the old Fox dye.
Which is probably something else that rewrote his cells.
Oh man, Snake is just a genetic mess.
But think about that. Like, think about these small, again, we're talking about the nanoscale. This kind of virus is the closest to what a nanomachine would do. It's changing your cell. It's affecting the way your body operates.
So you're saying that AIDS is the closest thing we have to nanomachines?
More broadly, retroviruses are the closest thing that we have to how nanomachines operate.
That's so interesting.
That's the closest thing we have. I mean, honestly, biology, and I was reading up a lot of this stuff, it's amazing what we can do. It's amazing what humans have done. Like, I was looking into, like, I'm not even going to go into it. But, like, for example, there's this thing called CRISPR.
What's that?
I'm not even going to begin to explain. It's each letter stands for a word, but it's shortened to CRISPR, CRISPR. There's a lot of cool stuff happening with that. But essentially what it is gene editing.
Gene editing?
What they say is you can splice things. Like, you splice the DNA, connect things together. That's the simplest way to put it.
On a person, like I could edit my genome right now.
So I'm pulling this from Stanford.edu, and this is a specific article about what is CRISPR. It's written back in 2024.
Okay.
You love to see a recent article.
Pretty recent.
So essentially, they say basically they can use CRISPR to make your body's cells attack toxic cells or regenerate beneficial cells. And how that's done is, let's say you have leukemia, right? And sometimes chemotherapy doesn't attack the tumor cell as much as they want. Scientists are able to do is that sometimes they can get some of the patient's T cells. That's the cells that fight, infections. And, they can take the cells out, engineer them to be better fighters and to recognize the tumors, and then put them back in your body. And your body is just, those T cells are now stronger and more able to fight the tumor in your body.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
That's I didn't think that was possible to do.
What's kind of sad though, sometimes those cells go out of control and they can kill healthy tissue, but like, the work is still being done. I mean, the potential is it's powerful. You know what I mean? You are literally having you're able to take out cells in your body, engineer them and configure them in a certain way, and inject them back to be stronger, better, more potent. And similar to, like, how I said retroviruses reminded me of, how we see nanomachines in Metal Gear. This CRISPR reminded me of the Genome Soldiers.
Yeah.
Because to me, the Genome Soldiers weren't using steroids. Like, I mean, I guess
in a way,
like, the stereotypical stronger, faster. But what was it? They were being injected
with Big Boss's genes, like CRISPR. Oh my god! Wow, I mean? That's some cool shit.
That's how I saw it. I could, of course, if you feel differently, email us at itstkandm@gmail.com. That is itstkandm@gmail.com. If we have any scientists who are like, hey, you are totally off your rocker, let me explain it, email us. Come join us. We can have Nanomachines Part 2 the right way. Like, we can have an actual...
Yeah, if there's some sort of, like, nanomachine scientist or... nanotechnology scientist or someone from some CRISPR nonsense out there, let us know.
But, I mean, back to CRISPR. To me, that was the closest that we'll get to what nanomachines were in the game. And also, that's kind of what the Genome Soldiers were. Like, they were being injected with it wasn't rewriting their DNA, but it was kind of like a retrovirus. It was enhancing.
Yeah, it was enhancing the genes in their body to replicate Big Boss. So are you saying that like the genome soldiers, like we could do that like right now?
I I don't have the science. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, who's to know what they're doing in this hellhole of a
That
country? But who's to
that's
know?
so
Our
interesting.
military budget is pretty big.
And they've never passed an audit. Like
So,
there's literally hundreds of billions of dollars that have gone unaccounted for.
oh, fantastic. So maybe they're creating a genome soldier right now.
Maybe they are.
But on a very on a lighter note and a better note, science is cool. There is so much cool things being done out there, and despite us not actually having like nanomachines or nanorobotics, like we're not there yet. We're nowhere close to being there yet. But the fact that people were talking about it almost what 50, oh my god, no, 70 years ago, and now people are first of still interested, and we're actually able to begin to work on that scale. Like nanotechnology is the reason we have solar panels, for instance.
Really?
Nanotechnology is used when they make clothes waterproof. That's what they're using to nanotechnology to do things like that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like we're doing stuff now in so many different fields. It's just that we're not doing it in the cool like little tiny robots.
Uh-huh.
But who's to say we can't get there one day?
That's cool.
Isn't it cool? And like I'm just it when I was researching, I was like hoping for like ooh, maybe someone's doing it. We're not there yet, but there's so much other cool science stuff happening. It's cool to see that like Naomi Hunter stuff is actually kind of here,
Yeah, it's kind of viable.
and I just this is just it was just so interesting.
Yeah, honestly, the fact that like we could talk about the genome soldiers and think, is that possible? And like really ponder that for even like a moment, that kind of shows how far along we are.
To
Like that's kind of cool.
to think that you can like we get our blood work done. Everyone gets like testing when they go to the doctor, right, to see your levels of cholesterol, etc. But to think if you are if you are navigating fighting cancer, and let's say you get chemo and they're like we need to go stronger, they can take out your T cells and like maybe it's a what is it called, maybe it's a not a controversial where it's like a what they when they say it's like a test thing they do. It's not an official thing. It's like
Experiment?
experimental. Thank you. Maybe it's experimental phase of like
Uh,
bioengineering the T cell in your body. But like the fact that that's possible,
yeah,
I think it's just so cool.
that is cool.
People are working with things that are 1 billionth of a baseball bat.
I can't no, for me it was like like 60,000 nanometers is the width of a hair,
Yes, isn't that crazy?
and we're working within the span of 1 nanometer.
Yep, human hair is 60,000 to 100,000 nanometers wide. And when scientists are working between 1 nanometer to 100 nanometers, isn't that wild?
I
Is
can't
is not visible to the human eye.
I can't comprehend. Like no, like I'm really getting dumbfounded by like the tweezers that they use or like
Maybe
what
that'll be in the next episode of
like what
part
the
two.
like what the hell are they doing to assemble these nanomachines?
I'm sorry, I didn't do that much research. I tried to do enough to explain where we're at and the cool current technology, but maybe that'll be a part two.
Like I'm just thinking like when I assemble like a piece of IKEA furniture, I drop the screw and I can't find it, right? Imagine like you drop like a nanometer width screw and you're tasked to fucking find that. It's just gone,
We should
man.
we should ask if any scientists ever dropped some atoms.
That-
Have you ever dropped an atom and lost it?
Like imagine just saying that. They'd like really mean it. Like, yo, I can't build the nanomachine today. Well, why? I dropped the petri dish and the nanomachine scattered and I don't know where they are. They're in my carpet now.
But yeah, no, it's very interesting stuff. And see, that's honestly really all I have for you for today. Thank you for listening.
No, this is very interesting. This was like I felt like I was in a school classroom at times, and that was honestly like pretty cool. Thank you for acquiring all this information and educating me, and hopefully educating some of our viewers.
Please, yeah, anyone listening, if you are, looking for more information or are curious, please, it is called nanotechnology. That's the field of study with this. Nanomachines, the people we mentioned, Richard Feynman, K. Eric Drexler. K. Eric Drexler actually has a book he wrote back, I think, in 1974,
Hmm.
specifically titled Nanomachines.
Okay.
I saw too there was some kind of not controversy, but him and this Japanese scientist kind of said nanomachines at the same time, but
Oh.
he gets the credit for like naming it. Anyway, he wrote a book about it. I didn't have enough time to buy it or read it. There's information out there. So I would implore all of you, read, research. Just because you're not in school doesn't mean you can't still learn. I learned, I mean, for me, knowing that a human hair is 60,000 nanometers wide, I was like blown away. Like that fact was,
Yeah.
so there's so much out there, and I implore all of you to keep learning, and there's cool stuff being done by our fellow humans.
We're doing some cool stuff.
We really, really are. And who's to say we won't one day get to the point of nanomachines? But with that, thank you all for listening. If I'm wrong, please email me at itstknm@gmail.com. If you like this episode or you just want to be like, okay, great job, send me an email too. Really appreciate it. T, any parting words for today's episode?
Nanomachines, son.
Nanomachines, son. Goodbye.
Bye.